Cortana!
Yes! It's happening! I told you it would happen! The end of console exclusivity and the end of console fanboyism is here. You guys are going to have to pick up a personality or a hobby for once in your f***ing lives. It's over. Your sole reason for having a social media account is about to come to an end as Sony finally opens the floodgates to full-on third-party publishing. But before we get into the video, let me remind you about the face reveal. YouTube Silver Play button should be here within the next few days. And as I promised you, we reached 100K. You will get your face reveal in front of a Home Depot. So hit subscribe so you're notified as soon as that video pops up. Anyways, offensive plea for subscriptions aside, we've got Sony's biggest news of the year. And it's funny because there isn't a single game that PlayStation could publish that would be bigger than today's news. You see, today is a tragic day if you're a PlayStation fanboy. Expect to see Dreamcast guy choking himself in thumbnails. Expect hour-long AI essay posts on Twitter from Nib. Expect Colin Moriarty to come and damage control. This is truly the event of the season. The meltdown, the chaos that's going on in the PlayStation community should provide you that fix you've been looking for that no dealer can bring you. Today's video is mainly just pointing and laughing at the chaos happening in the PlayStation community right now. The uproar happening right now from a simple job listing goes to show you that these guys are not as confident in Sony as they think. One little bit of bad news and they're already asking people, how do you build a gaming PC? It's time to move on. Or they're going shopping for a Switch 2. It's pathetic, but in my hands, presented to you, it's art. So allow me to craft my next magnum opus. According to job listing, Sony to expand PlayStation Studios titles across Steam, Epic, Xbox, Nintendo, and mobile. Reporting to the Vice President Commercial Management as Senior Director of Multi-Platform and Account Management. No wonder PlayStation guys didn't notice this. It's a job application.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Now, before we can take a victory lap around the PlayStation fanboy on his knees in tears while we feed him acid and dance around him saying, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
It actually cured her retardation.
Oh.
We're gonna need a little context because that job listing could mean anything. Well, let's take a look at the key responsibilities of this role. Multi-platform strategy leadership. Oversee the out-of-year, mid-range commercial strategy for PlayStation Studios titles across all non-PlayStation platforms, driving long-term revenue growth and audience reach. Commercial account management. Lead platform relationships across PC and console ecosystems. Steam, Epic, Xbox, Nintendo, ensuring strong collaboration, promotional effectiveness, and performance optimization. Team leadership, director, multi-platform strategy and account management. Senior manager, platform sales, Xbox and PC. Manager, platform planning and performance, PC and Xbox.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
There it is in fine print. How can anybody deny this now? Sony is using the term themselves, multi-platform. Whether PlayStation fanboys want to agree with it or not doesn't matter. Sony considers what they are doing to be multi-plat. They are effectively a multi-platform publisher. It doesn't matter how many times Nib tries to ask AI to counter this. It's in the fine print. It's in Sony's own words. It's on their goddamn job application. And by the way, if anyone's interested, you probably should sign up for that job, because that shit pays anywhere from $246,000 to $369,000 a year. Jesus Christ, that means somebody is literally getting paid $250,000 a year to make PlayStation fanboys' life a living hell. I don't know if I qualify, but I'm signing up for sure. But yeah, there it is for you. It's confirmed. Sony has a multi-platform strategy for the foreseeable future. I mean, did you really need a job listing to tell you that? With how they brought over their most successful online game ever, Helldivers 2, to the Xbox, and then Marathon, and Lego Horizon going to Nintendo, and I'm pretty sure that's gonna be going to Xbox pretty soon. Did these guys think it was gonna start and end with just multiplayer games or 1 or 2 ports? This is like when Xbox guys said it's just 4 games. When the money starts rolling in and corporations receive a financial incentive, they're never going to look back ever again. PlayStation as a brand is bigger than their console, and that's just a fact. They don't solely need the PlayStation console anymore, and that's actually nothing but a good thing for everyone. Exclusives going away is only beneficial to the company publishing the games, to the developers making the games, to the consumers purchasing the games. But is there somebody you forgot to ask, Sony? Oh yes, there is. The PlayStation fanboys who have no fucking lives. Now, strap yourselves in because we have a mountain of salt to go through. Are you ready? You better have some Narcan on you because I'm not gonna wake you up from an OD. You were warned. Here we go. Microsoft has ruined everything.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
Of course we have to blame Microsoft for all of this. How dare they? It's not like it's Sony's own decision to make. No, it's all Microsoft. Microsoft's the one who's behind all of this. They orchestrated the whole thing. They ruined it all. Let me tell you why this Mr. Foxy Games UK is saying this. As a matter of fact, Foxy Games UK was one of the very first PlayStation fanboys I ever made a video on. And well, nearly a decade later, it would seem, he's still trying to dedicate himself to being a PlayStation-centric channel. And that's really why he's upset, because if PlayStation games go everywhere, his elitism will hold no value to his viewers who are there for PlayStation propaganda. So he hates Microsoft because the minute Microsoft started porting to PlayStation, Sony started doing the exact same thing in reverse, and now he's blaming them for the death of his channel, which is what's gonna happen here. Because you have to think to yourself that this guy dedicated 11 years of his life to PlayStation. He devoted so much of himself and his entire channel branding and image to them, only for Sony to turn around and thank him by porting their games to Xbox players. Get fucked, you loser. That's what happens when you try to brand yourself after a brand. Pathetic. People who do that do not have any originality. They are talentless leeches, and I'm glad to see that he has pathetic, pitiful YouTube views that are about to get a whole lot worse for him. I wish I could say I feel sorry for him, but what did he expect? Did he think there was a reward for shilling for Sony? All it resulted in was the death of his channel and exclusivity. Had I known Sony would go multi-platform, I'd never have purchased a PS5 Pro. Sony has caused me deep emotional trauma.
Emotional damage.
Well, first off, Sony's been porting to PC for a while, and it's pretty much confirmed everything there is coming over, and you knew that ahead of time, so you could have gone out and built a gaming PC. Now you want to take it out on Sony, who made it known to you to expect PC ports, where the games look infinitely better, run better, and are cheaper, and you still went out and bought a PS5 Pro. You're the idiot. That's on you, not Sony. I mean, if you haven't been paying attention, Sony's been multi-plat for a while. But look at the entitlements. Look at him. He thinks that just because he bought a PS5 Pro, that means he's entitled to all the games solely staying there on his platform. These guys are perpetually stuck in the console war era of the 90s and early 2000s. Never once thinking to themselves, gee, one day Sony's gonna want a lot more than just PlayStation users' money. They never once in their life considered that possibility. And now their disappointment is immeasurable and their day, well, I don't know why I say their day, more like their life is ruined. Phil Spencer announces 4 games. Xbox fanboys, it's only 4 games. PlayStation hasn't announced anything. Also, Xbox fanboys, the whole slate's coming.
What's happening, guys? Supernova here, back with another video.
Oh great, it's the PlayStation fanboy who sounds like he's a chain smoker. Supernova Gaming. I haven't heard from him in a while. You know the news is devastating when he makes an appearance to give his own 2 cents and damage control. Now, I'm not sure if this man's been keeping up with the news, but we have more than one game from PlayStation Studios that's confirmed to be coming to Xbox that is also being published by Sony themselves on that platform. So what does he mean by nothing has been announced? Hell, let's not forget we had Lego Horizon published on the Nintendo Switch. Sony by no means kept any of you in the dark. It's been well known for quite a bit now that yes, PlayStation games are being ported to Xbox. How you could see that happen in front of your eyes and say Sony is not doing a multi-plat strategy is just delusional. This guy is in denial. I've never seen this level of cope from Supernova. The truth is sitting right in front of him and he's saying, nope, Sony's announced nothing. There's zero reason to be thinking this, guys. None whatsoever. Just ignore those ports and ignore this job listing and we can continue to live in paradise in our heads. This isn't happening. It's not happening. You guys just want it to happen. You want it to be the same thing so you can make fun of us for everything we've done over the years. No! Those are the thoughts that are actually racing through his head right now. And it's pathetic. Denial like this is only funny when you hear about it, but when you witness it in person, it's kind of depressing. PlayStation console owners haven't been proud for a while for Sony. The actions have continued to show that this entire generation, it's about to get even worse when they start announcing more games for competing platforms than their own. Welp.
He's funny, I like him.
Each year, PlayStation releases or pays for PS5 only games. Even if timed, if console wasn't the priority, all their games would be releasing date on PC or other consoles.
Not so much, he sucks.
And there he is, right on time to feed his followers some false hopium. That's all Nib knows how to do. Keep the narrative, keep the agenda running, in spite of everything that I said would happen. This is a man who refuses to take an L. The most stubborn of all PlayStation fanboys. Nobody has ever asked this guy to go out of his way to damage control for Sony, but he wants to do it anyway. He's made it his duty. That is his reason for existing online at all. I mean, Jesus Christ, I knew Sony going multi-plat would be good for gamers, but I didn't think it would be good for my timeline either, because if this guy disappears off of Twitter, the world would be a better place to live. I mean, ChatGPT is gonna miss him, but I certainly won't. Nothing more annoying than a fucking Sony cum guzzler who masks himself as a pseudo-intellectual. There is literally nothing ChatGPT will be able to do for him now. He would rely on it every single day to prove Sony isn't third party and isn't going multi-plat, but now he can't since Sony has officially declared themselves multi-plat. There's not a single thing he can do. And it's sad because his pseudo-intellectualism actually works on the very low IQ guys who think he's saying something very profound when in reality, it's all been bullshit fed to them by AI and he takes credit for it. Like he came up with it himself with his big brain, but he won't be able to weasel out of it this time. He is defeated, he is down, and I am here to make it worse for him because I love ripping into fanboys. They all think and operate exactly the same, making them the easiest targets. These guys are a walking billboard for kick me. And to think, the hundreds upon hundreds of essays this guy typed out all mean absolutely nothing now. His life's work down the drain in one job posting. Tell me he doesn't deserve it though. To speak so confidently, so sure of yourself, to now seeing that grin wiped right off his face. Tell me you don't love it, because it's your attitude that got you here. Let's be real. Don't fanboy and things will be fine. I mean, it's really not that hard, is it? All this talk, Sony PlayStation going third party, has sold me on the Switch 2 more. I legit had no desire to get one, but I do now because of this. Very interesting.
Abandon ship. This is not a drill. I say again, abandon ship.
No, more like very self-outing. Why would you post this? I mean, this is blatantly painting you as a console fanboy. Nintendo always had exclusives at his disposal, but he never wanted to try them until Sony started sharing their games. These guys don't care about video games. They care about platform allegiance. The fact that they can't enjoy a platform unless the games are solely locked to it is pure mental illness. It's almost as if they're now a lost soul that doesn't know where to go or what to do with itself anymore. As if their very reason for even being in gaming in the first place was because there's a console brand and not because they love video games. Because if you really love video games, why would this stop you or make you want to play somewhere else when you've been enjoying your experience the whole time until the title of exclusivity is dropped, which virtually changes nothing for your enjoyment? Because what they want is what others don't have. That is their motivator, a sense of security and pride in the console they purchased. Without those exclusives, his confidence goes down. It's amazing. One simple job listing has gotten these guys to reconsider their entire brand identity. You know they've lost it when they've considered jumping ship to Nintendo just to get that sense of exclusivity back. That's pathetic. That is their driving force. You are not a gamer. You're a corporate shill. And I like you, Pio, so it hurts me to say this, but you definitely got muscle everywhere else but the part that matters, your brain. And let me yo white Xbox fans rejoice in that Sony potent job listing. You are not getting God of War or Spider-Man games. You won't get Day 1 Wolverine or any AAA single-player games. You will get live service games. Yeah, last I heard, Xbox guys weren't gonna get Helldivers 2. Last I heard, PC guys would never get PlayStation's first-party single-player games, and what happened? All of that came into fruition. If there's a single lesson these guys should learn at this point, it would be never say never. Because Insomniac at one point said Spider-Man would never be on PC. Then a year later, guess what shows up on PC? This is denial and this is spite because they know what's going to happen. The last I checked, Lego Horizon was not a multiplayer game. That was a single player game that made its way over to the Nintendo Switch. And if you think that Sony is solely going to stop there and not do the same on Xbox, that's like saying Microsoft was only going to port 4 games. It's funny because these PlayStation guys know they are the other side of the same coin Xbox guys are on. The same mantra, the same talking points, the same behavior. They will live in denial until it happens. And instead of saying they were wrong, they're gonna be like, oh, well, time to jump to Nintendo, as if that's going to fix any of their mental health problems. Who's more credible? Xbox fanboy morons or this actual insider with contacts in the industry? Oh my god, Xvault, retire, okay? You're fugly to look at and you're bald and your videos are dead in the water. You're never gonna make it on YouTube. Stop trying. For the sake of your own child and wife's humility, stop uploading. First off, none of what you listed there is more credible than Sony's own job listing, okay? But you're not gonna be able to debunk Sony's official job listing. If this guy thinks we should take the word of some random PlayStation fanboy on Icon era, he's out of his fucking mind. This dude couldn't even predict Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, and he's your credible source? It doesn't get more credible than Sony themselves saying this is our multi-plat strategy. We're looking for someone to work that strategy and deliver games on Xbox, Nintendo, and all other platforms. How much more official does it have to get before these guys accept the truth? See, because this job listing is new. It's for a new role. It's not for somebody to come in and take a pre-existing role. This is a job listing that has been posted after Marathon and Helldivers 2 have already been confirmed to go to Xbox. This role is to ensure more games go to Xbox, and they're making it somebody's full-time job to do that. There's no way to spin it in your favor. There's no way to damage control it. Any attempt to do so makes you no better than the Xbox fanboys you guys were making fun of for a year now. And that's probably why they are all like this right now. They don't want to be on the receiving end of karma. There is a very good chance that Fable releases on PlayStation at launch. There is zero chance that Wolverine releases on Xbox Series at launch. That's all you need to know. They are not the same. Not even close. I almost forgot that the Red Karen exists. My life has been a lot more peaceful and humbling forgetting this man's existence. But then again, nobody would know this man existed if he wasn't damage controlling for Sony every day. This man moves the goalposts so much, we have to redefine what it even means to play sports. The biggest mistake these guys make is they still, to this day, say, never happening. As if they haven't learned a single fucking lesson from it. They will not accept that job listing that was posted right in front of them. Every day we stray further and further away from exclusivity, and they insist, no, exclusivity is even stronger now than ever before. You will never see PlayStation's first-party games on Xbox. Well, you guys know exactly what channel to tune into the day it does happen. So hit subscribe now. All in all, this is not even a quarter of the salt I saw, but I have to share some with the other salt dealers, so whatever I did miss, hopefully you'll catch in their videos. I didn't even get to cover Dreamcast Guy's meltdown, or Puerto Rock's meltdown. There's just too much salt to contain in one video. Just like Sony's games are too successful to contain on only one platform. Welcome to the era I predicted and you guys laughed at me for ever suggesting would happen. Never bet against the popsicle stick. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.
Fritongo sucks ass.